he went to the moon 1969, why have he not went back? That's the question. And when the Bible tells you all these things is up there, you see, sister, when you read history and black history, you will understand that we black people was never get caught up in these familiar spirit like, oh, we are close the door, boys. What's wrong with you? And look how long you get up. Right? We never look at these things like, oh, you even looking at them today. Because that was something that taught to your grandparents teach you, you grew up now, you still believe in all of these stuff. You understand me? So, I will never accept there's anybody living in the water. I have to see them, I won't do it. And I have to see somebody who see them. Because everybody who asks, have you ever seen, they say no. Have you ever seen anybody come from the water? Have you ever seen anybody go back in the water and don't come back out? Apart from fishermen. Do you understand me? But people believe it strongly. The Hindu, they go to the sea and they feed, so they feed the ancestors. It's a fish eating it. I don't know in Shiva, because the Hindu believe in many gods. Hindu don't believe in one God. Do you understand me? So now, we will go through. So get me Sirah. 2 on 1. Shama, get the sister.
And then maybe so on task for that. You be today, yeah, okay, there, you give it of the onion, be you food the year, example. Now, the man in the show, who there, say what's there, upon some, you make me, or more, or be you to my, the man 1 hour, I would say that's will be you, yeah. Not that movement, be you from the movement. And then, today. Only Yami do all the same, book one. Why, that matter? One would died of the same, book one. You know, it should be there. Say, you can't move my sema. Even our bofu, you too wide the way you move them and then maybe not. Now, Tumpu Kade, walk for a space. There 1969. Also said, you too walk the space now. About don't tell you what them do. Ni room now what same time enough back there. You room there in shan. Into baby I won't walk won't fear as I said won't be room ni baby ah. Into above no 18 or that baby I got to young action. Say the baby walk won't fear as I see. As I see the baby and walk where I was won't could be baby ah. Into no more no there. Into above no year 18 this Saturday. Okay, I'm the dumb mobile idea as a baby, but the only range of the project bachelor.
So, as I was saying, in terms of so if you Google, like I just did, and you Google, you said, how many years from Adam to Christ? He said 3,974.
Yeah.
So just like I said, you cannot do your study based upon Google. Because 3,000 years, kan?
Yeah.
How many years did Adam live? 900. So we level with 2,000 years now.
Yeah.
Right? Do you understand? We take away 1,000 from the 3,000.
That's right.
How many years did Methuselah live?
96.
So we take away the next 1,000. So we left with 1,000 plus years now. How many years Noah lived?
950.
Because Noah is the son of Methuselah, right?
Yeah.
So we're going from generation to generation. So between Adam to Noah, that's almost 4,000 years.
Yes.
3,000 plus years, right? Between those 3 men alone.
Yeah.
Remember, Moses don't burn it.
From Adam to Noah only.
Exactly. So if you're going off of that layman term, just look at the man and the age.
They say someone will also say someone, even me, I came and meet my grandfather. He was 100 feet from the coast in past.
But that's
So-
why he said, you're not a generation until you're 20.
Yeah.
So you still don't have nothing to do with the effect of the age that they live. Because Adam was the beginning.
Yeah.
Do Adam know Methuselah? Because Seth lived 800 and something years.
Yes.
Do you understand me? By the time you reach Genesis 10, what Genesis 10 talking about? We reach Abraham already. We
Yeah.
reach the nations.
Yeah.
So if you read the Bible by Genesis 6, Adam, Genesis 6 speaking about Noah beacon
Yeah.
and the ark
Adam was 18
and the
years
destruction.
before he even begot Seth.
Yeah, exactly. And Seth lived 800 and something years. So Seth only see Adam for 100 and something years. So by Adam, who don't know Methuselah, and Adam lived 1,000 years before Methuselah come on the scene. Then Methuselah come on the scene, lived 900 and plus years. You understand me? Then Noah lived 900 and something years. Then Shem 800 and something years. What you do with all those years? We don't reach Moses yet.
This is a precept. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 3. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for he that is also flesh, his days shall be 120 years.
That's when he started to cut down then. And although he said Genesis 6, man shall not live to see certain years, we still live to see certain years, didn't we?
Yeah.
Right? So everything takes process. Everything never just drop down like this. So when you cannot make Google teach you. Just use your common sense for a minute. Adam lived to see 900 years. Methuselah next 900 years. Noah 900 plus years. Enos, what, 910?
Methuselah was black man or white man.
Everybody was black people in the Bible. Name an old white man. Have you ever seen, can a white man live to see 900 years? When the white man reached 50, look like he's 90 already, he swizzle. Look how he swizzle. You ever see an old white man? Or he going to live to see 900 years? All these people was black people.
This is the reason why they sit here and have a whole situation of organ transfers. They steal our organs to let them live longer.
Yes, they
They
need it.
believe that we would give them life and give them a longer sustain of their length of life and things like that. So they also eat a lot of unnatural things that they believe will still, after they die, they will keep going.
So you see the problem is? Any old white people you see in movie, they always show you them as what? Vampires or something like that, right? They will tell you that's the only way they live through time. Van Helsing and all those people. You understand me? So the whole thing is, the time have to match up with it. And as the brother said earlier, Adam was not the one that right the beginning. The Most High said Moses right the beginning. And Moses, who did Moses know?
No one.
Moses don't know none of those men, not one of them.
Even I'm sure Moses don't know Jacob.
No, never. Remember, Jacob went into Israel. And when Jacob died, Moses never born it. Because when you read Exodus 1, it said when Moses born, a king come that don't know Jacob. No, Joseph.
Yeah.
Do you understand me?
Joseph is the 11th born.
Yes. He said the king don't know Joseph. Right? So that's something, just look into and match up the days and you'll see. We are approaching 12,000 years now. That's a new millennium, the new century. Alright, so it gets based upon question that Aisha asked earlier, get Sirach 2:1. And this is your question too. So that's why when I went in on the Bible, I said she always quote the scripture. Sirach 2:1. Read it when you find it, Raj.
I said, and I agree. Yeah, sure. I'm the I share besides did I ask someone when I say I use your one? The young quotation with the kind of this year, a summer, yes, I see beside my Sirach 1, Sirach 2:1.
Read from 1 to 5.
Sirach 2:1.
Sirach 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
So what did the Bible say to prepare for temptation?
Your soul. Our soul.
Your body or your soul? What is your soul? Aisha. Your soul. So not even you never see it yet, right? So you see that. So when you read Paul and Paul said the flesh wrestling with the spirit, you'll understand that one day. That not even you never see your soul. So he never said to prepare your body or the flesh for temptation. He said your soul. So it's an inner temptation. Can? Read on.
Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
So when trouble comes, the Most High said, don't make what? Haste decision. That's why we always say, put it off with counsel. No ever make decision at no. Can? Verse 3.
Verse 3. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
So when will you increase?
At thy last end.
If you stick. If you stay with him, you will be increased at your last end. Read on.
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
What the Most High said?
Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully.
Did Yahushua fulfill that? Read.
And be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
So when somebody ridicule you, somebody put you down to a low estate, Most High said, humble yourself. Nothing what take place in this truth is ever for anybody's destruction. Because whatever the Most High plant, no man can root it up. So if the Most High plant you, what the Most High said the righteous will do? Fall 7 times and rise again. Can? Alright. Read.
Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire.
What the Bible said gold is do?
Is tried in the fire.
Read.
And acceptable man in the furnace of adversity.
So you see that? So acceptable man going try in the face of what?
Adversity.
And what is adversary? What is that? What is that, Shama?
Let's say that adversaries are enemies.
In the time of temptation, in the time of trouble, in the time of difficulty. That's when somebody might see and say, oh, he truly repented. You understand me? Just like how gold is tried. Man gonna be tried in that day. You understand me? When you're at the weakest point, how strong are you? When you're at the strongest point, how weak are you? Can? You explaining, Deacon?
Yeah. Sirach chapter 1, verse 2, verse number 1. And I have a question I answer. I share you will be said, you know, or you go to them. Also, if you also, Maba, say, a Baba Bosumiame, CC Wakma, and CC Wakma, prayer by Bosumiame, war, social baby. Indeed, if I see it in there, moment now, as a Bosumiame, the social baby, or why you be here. Indeed, your own crowd, there be she and Trashi. See, on the Kanya would do. No, you know what's there. It's a good there. Answer a goodie. Say, go to Winya, a goodie papa. 1 second, what there, what is she give? And son of Osaka, good in Sanka. Same. Going to infant could give man, Jen, only our week, Panabadi. Most shame to do for him. As I say today, a queen DB, a queen Tisha. Or the Dibiano is share of Honam and Dibian Sana. It to make 80 of Honam and Linden, and Sana was at Nabadi.
Amen. So now we turn to the Bible. So we go to Zechariah 13, verse 8.
Zechariah 13.
Shama, you have the Bible too, right? Get me Isaiah 48, 10, Shama. Isaiah 13, verse 8. Read.
Zechariah 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass.
Salakia, let me find it. Zechariah 13, 8. Sorry, I showed you all out. Read what you see, sir.
Zechariah 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, says the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off.
So what the Mosai is saying here? The Mosai is saying all the land, 2 parts will be what?
Cut off and die.
So what the Mosai is saying here? He said 2/3 of mankind. The earth has over 8 billion people. So the Mosai said 2/3 of that will die. So you have 100 people, 75 gonna die. Only 25 will make it. Read that from the top again, sir.
Zechariah 13 verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, says the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die.
Read.
But the third shall be left therein.
So you see that? So out of 100, 25 make 4, right? The Mosai says 75 will die, leave only what? 25. But let's see what will happen to the other 25. Verse 9.
Verse 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire.
Through what?
Through the fire.
So what fire the Mosai saying when bring the third part? This 25 that leave through. Read.
And we will find them.
And will what?
We will find them as
Read.
silver is refined.
Read on.
And we will try them as gold is tried.
Read.
They shall call on my name, and I will hear them.
Read.
I will say, it's my people. And they shall say, the Lord is my God.
So although that half make it, the Mosai said, what you make it for now, you going to go through what? Hell. You're not because you see 75 people die and you make it, you're going to have a smile on your face. Right? Read what you have, Shama, then Deacon come. Isaiah 48:10.
The book of Isaiah 48, verse number 10. Behold, I have refined thee, but not with silver.
What the Mosai said?
I have refined thee, but not with silver.
Read on.
I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction.
When the Mosai saying chose us,
The furnace of affliction.
and when he going to refine us,
in
in
fire.
affliction. Because just imagine, 2/3 of humanity die. How many of your family members going to die? And at that same time, the Mosai said, what am I going to do? I'm going to refine you. So read what you have, Deacon.
Okay. Afi yɛhwɛ dɛ sɛ yɛsɛ yɛbɔso nyame ne yɛsɛ yɛhwɛ mpagya dɛma ɛda ɔsan so ɔyɛnkɔ sira dɛma na ɔyɛnkɔ Zechariah chapter 13 verse number 8 asɛm a wɔba no na ɔkyerɛkyerɛ mi ɔse na ɔbaba wɔ asase nyinaa do Ewurade na ɔse da no da mu nkyekyɛm ebien wɔbɔtwitwa nnipa nkyekyɛm ebien wɔbɔtwitwa wɔn dite nie na wɔbɔwuwu na da otie baasɔ no Ubeja wumu na ọkọ mọtọ afono verse number 9 na mede nchichemu a otie ebasa no ubodue ojemu ma aba o se hwede nyipa a uboku nchichemu ebie na wuwu ẹkọ na so abaka odumo bodue jemu dema na pe na o me yata ase de ampa ebia obotum abade botum ya akọ wilderness na emom wilderness no sa ajenkwa na ba basan so dihe na ayede edue jem na dudura wo fatan butum ayen nke no wasan so ade dem mo no bu nti na dem na nine nka na o se yente na no se na mede nchichem a o tie e baasa no bodue jem ma ba na ma bo ho de embre wo hoa bite ho dem a ekwo no kan no nti eguti ikokotwa ikenya na wa abunu ma yeso ma na wa egudi odi fogem Obopo ho mmase nye baye ankwakwa aguye na waka baye kitikiti no acha papa no wo mu na wansa akan no nte mo wo mu nya na oyede onye dem no not na o ma yesa so yekọ bibi wo nti dem na nye nyikọ so obaye na o ma yesa so ntentem na yekọ Isaiah chapter 48 verse number 10 yehwe ho no so no chen kase bi so ho
Shama 42, Isaiah.
Isaiah 48 verse number 10. Also, yente asamo also. Ase na ndum enka nya oye Ewurade na edwuma akwadwuru mu. Ndum enka nya oye Ewurade na edwuma akwadwuru mu. Na ndum enka nya osanka na afoafi bojam. Isaiah chapter 48 verse number 10. No chere se bo so nyame a o de eye bia eden ekeka ho bibia mu ɛyɛ wɔ nyame ne bibia ni didim sɛ nti na ɔsɛ ndumi nkanya ɔyɛ nyame dum abate akɔdwuru wɔtwe sɛ yɛ atase nti na ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɛfa dɛ ɛbɔ so nyame ne pere nyankwa ɔnyɛ ate kakra bakra ɔnyɛ bɛtɛ ɛda
That's it?
that's it
Sure.
sure
Right. Read what you have from me, the scripture. and read it.
Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 13. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness.
What God said?
But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness.
So God telling you what our foreparents do, right? They rebel against him in the wilderness, right? Read on.
They walk not in my statutes.
So we never obey, we never walk in the statute of God. So when the children of Israel rebelled, what did they do? What did God do to them? Speak up, Isaiah. Huh? He killed them. Did he just kill them like that? Well, remember, he's talking about they rebel against him in the wilderness. So Ezekiel now mentioning what happened in the time of Moses, huh? But read 13 again from the top.
Ezekiel 20:13. But the house of Israel rebelled against me in the wilderness. They walk not in my statutes, and they despise my judgment, which if a man do, he shall even live in them. And my Sabbath they greatly polluted. Then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them in the wilderness, consume them.
So what they wanted the fury that the Most High poured out on us in the wilderness. Snakes, well done. Stand. Zamar, what other fury the Most High poured on us in the wilderness? Maya Nago? That's nothing. Shamar. Earthquake. Zamar.
Starving.
We were never, we are we people to starve. We would murmur night and day, we would have to feed us sick. Anything else? Shaman? All right. Let's show you the glory of God. Jump to 25. Sir. Same 2025. Look at this. Follow Aisha.
Ezekiel 20:25. I lifted up my hand unto them also in the wilderness.
What you're reading at? Ezekiel 2025?
No.
25. Ezekiel 20:25. Wherefore I gave them also statutes that were not good.
What the Most High said gave us in the wilderness?
Statutes that were not good.
What is that? What was that he gave us in the wilderness that was not good? He saying gave us status in the wilderness that was not good. What was that? What was it? Read on. Read on, sir.
Wherefore I gave them also statutes that were not good, and judgments whereby they should not live.
That was the last. 613. He's saying gave them to us that we should not what? Look at that. Why when you read the book of Paul, Paul tell you the commandment was what? What was the commandment to us? Huh? Paul said the commandment was something in Galatians 3:21. What he called it? What was it? No? A schoolmaster. Didn't Paul tell you the commandment was a schoolmaster?
yes yes
When you mess up in school, what the schoolmaster do? So the Most High tell you, he gave us status and judgment where we should not live. So what we start to do? Killing off our own self. Then what left he make snake kill? And he said, Joshua kill and you go. So ask yourself the question now. What God is this? Gave us status that we should not live. Because he tell you, if you do this, you live.
yes
But when you go off, do you know the Bible is said God was an enemy to us in the book of Psalms? He said in the day of slavery when the nations came against us, he said God was an enemy. He was with them. He said, come, remove them far from my sight. So continue at 14. Let me read to 25. Then we can rotate it. Ezekiel 20, verse 14, sir.
Ezekiel 20. Ezekiel 20, verse 14. But I wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen.
So you see who the Most High saying don't want to pollute his name before? The nations. Because the nations sit properly and stop them. Sit properly, sit up. Can you hear what the Most High said? He don't want us to pollute his name before who? The nations. Why? Israel was the last nation to be created. And all the nations said, look who God created. Look who God chose. That's why all the nations say, you know, did God really choose these people? Who you see twerking, shaking their ass? What other nation? Have you ever seen a Chinese woman doing that? What about a Muslim woman? Have you ever seen them doing that? Who used to be disgraceful all over social media this day? So the nation them saying, look at the people of God. So the Most High say, you polluted my name in front of the nations. Right? Read on.
But I wrought for my name's sake that it should not be polluted before the heathen, in whose sight I brought them out.
So the Most High say, I deliver you in front of all the Edens. And then no, you go back to serve all the Edens God. Read.
Verse 15. Yes, yet also I lifted up my hand unto them in the wilderness, that I will not bring them into the land which I have given them.
Look at this. The Most High say, he lifted up his hand against us in the wilderness. And he said, I will never bring you to Zion. I give you this land, but you is one will not go there. Read.
That I will not bring them into the land which I have given them, flowing with milk and honey, which is the glory of all lands.
So Jerusalem is what?
The glory of all lands.
Ghana. America. So you see, so you don't even have desire for your land. Which the Most High, not everybody, look, the white man be fighting for it, the Arabs are fighting for it. Guess who is not fighting for it? We the only one that don't want it. Every nation knows this is the land, the glory of our land. Didn't you read in Psalms that all the angels is around Mount Zion now? But guess who don't want it? Read.
Verse 16. Because they despised my judgment and walked not in my statutes, but polluted my Sabbath, for their heart went after their idols. Verse 17. Nevertheless, my eye spared them from destroying them, neither did I make an end of them in the wilderness.
Can you save two? Read.
But I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers.
So this is the question. Remember Sister Mary asked me that question last week? I say, if you believe this now and your parents don't, you know what the Most High said tell the children? Don't walk or your father walk. But the Most High said, we did worse than them. Better if he never said nothing to us, because we become worse than our parents. Right? Read on.
But I said unto their children in the wilderness, walk ye not in the statutes of your fathers, neither observe their judgments, nor defile yourselves with their idols. I am the Lord your God. Walk in my statutes, and keep my judgments, and do them.
Read.
And hallow my Sabbath, and there shall be a sign between me and you, that ye may know that I am the Lord your God.
Read on.
Notwithstanding, the children rebelled against me.
The children what?
Rebelled against me.
Read on.
They walked not in my statutes, neither kept my judgment to do them. Which if a man do, he shall even live in them. They polluted my Sabbath. Then said I, then I said, I will pour out my fury upon them to accomplish my anger against them in the wilderness.
Read.
Nevertheless, I withdrew my hand and wrought for my name's sake, that it should not be polluted in the sight of the heathen, in whose sight I brought them forth. I lifted up my hand unto them also in the wilderness, that I would scatter them among the heathen, and disperse them through the countries.
And that fulfilled, read on.
Because they have not executed my judgment, but have despised my statutes, and have polluted my Sabbath, and their eyes were after their father's idols.
So you come, your father worship Jesus, you worship Jesus. This is what my father was. This is what my mother was. Read.
Wherefore I gave them also statutes that were not good, and judgments whereby they should not live. And I polluted them in their own gifts.
What the Most High saying polluted us in?
In their own gifts.
So what is that? How the Most High pollute you in your own gift?
Basically, a lot of brothers, you probably see the most relevant one with all these singers, rappers, people that haven't
You're singing to
sing,
other
they have a
gods.
natural voice, they may have
You
sung
come,
to
you
the
don't
kingdom.
sing to the Most
They're
High.
doing- They'll twist their music and make them sing about something else.
So the
To
Most High
convince
saying give
others.
you a gift. And even the gift what you get is a curse. So you're supposed to sing songs of praise. Guess what you're singing songs of? I remember Lady Gaga did the song Alejandro. Alejandro is a demonic name. They say it's one of the top 3 demonic names. And guess who produced that singer? Guess who is that singer manager? 50%. If Lady Gaga make $100, he can get 50. So whatever gift the Most High give to you, and righteousness going to be great. But now, he said, he polluted it with curse. Look at Kanye West. Didn't Kanye West sing a song? He sell his soul to the devil. It was a crap, it was a what? It was a child's meal. And he sacrificed his mother. He sing a song like that. I sell my soul to the devil, it was a crappy deal. In return, they give him a happy meal. What was that happy meal? Money. And what he gave up for that? Just imagine. That's why you have these children and some demons in the deacon. They will kill you for money, man. Just imagine. And you're going to come and rap about it. I sold my soul to the devil. It was a crappy deal. So you know it was a crap for him to sell his soul to the devil. He said in return, the devil give him a happy meal. Because you have some money and you have a whore as a wife, which is the Kardashian. So in return, that's what Satan give you. And where's your mother? Because Satan wants some. The Most High need blood. Satan need what? So even in their gift, they cannot be content and happy with the little what they have. They have to go and they above and the limit. Right? Read on.
Verse 26. And I polluted them in their own gifts, in that they caused to pass through the fire, or that opened the womb, that I might make them desolate, to the end that they might know that I am the Lord.
So you see that? So the Most High said, from we come through the womb, from we born, it's going to be rough. We're going to go through the fire. And the Most High said, his plan is to make us what? Desolate. Not to be here. But 25 is the key. 25, the Most High saying, gave us laws that he know we could never kept. Even today, how much laws we're not keeping? Even if we have the opportunity to sacrifice, could we buy a lamb for every damn thing? Could we afford it? Just imagine a woman have a child. The Most High said, bring 4 turtle doves. Just imagine, you just have to buy clothes, to burn, everything. The Most High said, bring the doves. When it's time to go to Jerusalem, everybody have to bring the lamb. Just imagine. Remember Samuel's mother was doing it, right? When she goes, she has small portion to give. So when you're going up, everybody have to bring something. Can we afford it? The Most High said, I give you laws that you will never keep. Explain, Deacon.
Okay. Samai. Yes, we take a crack and I Yefi, Zechariah chapter 13, verse 18 and not say that. In here, you put domino or the you will be Queen and a course of a cody will fit. Sent over the Sans Ezekiel chapter 20 verse number 10 in say as some more. Now, Israel faithful. So, Mudia, Yeteo, Ezekiel chapter 20 verse number 13. Name Israel faithful, and one come among for you. What kind of Israel faithful? Now, or 2 Mudia was honorable. One none to Master do. If you are told that you are none to Master do. Now, what poor Martin so the same year, Obatanasi will na ogu ma wo mi dina no so mfi kasanara na me say there mbo we mebufu su meguondo wo sano do me de ma hye wan enti yemi say ho o say inye na bibifo inye nyi Israelfo inye nyakopon de na atemmu nem na bibia de o de ma hen anti ye ya yibotumi ya tenase manya ye ho atwenye ya tenase afibo nemo ye tunu de tuen de ye renye ye mfa nyame na asem bia mfa ye hwe ye bobo brebi ayede ye ke nti oma ye sa so ye twonko dem ho na ye kanara ye twonko verse number 25 ansa ye bo sa so ya tworo ye te verse number 25 ada onye ko ho na o chim che ichi so bio me share one asade onye te ho me share asade onye na me atembu da wore na tumu o se te ho ichi so me share one asade onye na atembu ade wore ntena so mu na o tere yakopon se efi ye kan 13 no so o ma henembra akwana ye fodo ye ye transa nti obesi ye ye ngo twan ne yan ye ye tu etwen onbe efi so so mai na la sha no mai mbra fufu bia da membra anu na mi na ye bo ye bo bra on do on ye pe nti ye bo fa da membra na ye ho akire ye da no ha no kan verse 25 13 ni say o mai na asedi atembu na mbra se ye ya ye tiremu a nkenya ye ngo twan na mum ye tu ni de twan ye de ye ne ye nti efi nya me hwe de oda no bio no maye na hyede foforo de ma hyede no so onye nti ye fa me iye no man kasa me ye fa example mpo de sisi emi na we yitimi se ye nya me na dum na ha ya betina ha nti ye me ye so nya me ba ye o Kristo sum nti ye hwe hu ye ho hwe ahyede oda me ye hwe ahyede foforo bi oda me no de ye po nya me na hyede ifi ye hwe ahyede o ye Kristo sum oda me na ihia kasa su ye tinema ye yere bu nya kokore nyiem ana odi boko se ina mama ye fi ho verse 25 ye ba sha so 14 no ye nte ho so what was it na mitinti mi ye ma o se na mitin nti mi ye ma no o se na mitin nti mi ye ma no engufi wo amanaman ngoni tua ma me de one feel edi no ngoni nwum 13 14 is there oyi ni dini kire ne ne dini no mpede yin ye bogu fi ye da kira bade amanaman no ndo me tuatu a wo ye tu tie ni ti ye gu ni dini mpu fi aden a kira amanaman inde mi na wo se ye ha enye keke ya be se enye ha ya ba mpa je de wan yo Jesus ni dini bi ye go ofana Yahweh na ni ho Jehovah na da yim de akopon ni tini yero sense also the meeting no yim ma na ni tini papa na le o de ma yen de nke tini no patso wa amana amanfu mo enyim but nya ni etsu ni de tua ya ka ma amanfu wo ho na fi gu ni tini fi only time verse 25 no ka chen de the meet of the above from the fofra emi na wo obese enye da man na me na we gu bi eni ye ko do ka kele fi ye mbra verse number 16 osande wo po ma tembu ne wananto ma hyedimu ne wogu ma homgida nfi osande wona akoma di wona abosom echi ya po ne mbeda na adin efi nya ya bede nya kase ye de yim di ne yansen na dem yim di ne yansen o ya abosusu bi emi na nyen ona be ya po nya mi na akwa nti ye kane ba bebi a o se impo ne ye ha ne ye wo ɔno ɔsɔ ɔka kyɛn dɛ nnɛnyɛ na ɔhyɛn bɔ dɛ ɔdze asasa ɛwo ne nufunsu ɔporo wɔ do a mi na ɔkɛ yɛ mbrɛ a yɛ bi di na ɔyɛ dɛ na ɔporo hɛn fi dɛm asase no do ɔnam yɛ etu a yɛtutu ne do nti ɔporo hɛn fi dɛm na ɔka kyɛn dɛ ɔka wɔn mu dɛ asase wɔn bɔ yɛ kɔdu da ɔnam etu a yɛato ampa so ndɛ bi na awo Israelfo na ɛwɔ Ghana yi dɛm asase yi.
Madase.
Shabbat
Shamak,
Oh,
read right
what's
here
busy,
for
huh?
me. Quickly, Shamak, quickly.
Isaiah 42, verse number 1.
Isaiah 42.
Verse number 1.
You guys have read on. It's number 2, sir. What's wrong with you?
Verse number 2. He shall not cry, nor
That's
lift
not
up.
what I tell her to read.
Isaiah 42, verse number 2.
42 was it?
Yes.
Hey, read.
Oh, verse 8.
Did I tell a verse 8, Shamak?
No.
So you just said what you choose to do, right?
She said 42.
48, 10, Shamak.
Okay, 10.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with it? We have read it.
You read it already?
Yes.
Okay. So is the one that said comfort in my people is 42?
Yeah.
All right, read it.
Isaiah 42, verse number 1. Behold my servant, whom I uphold, mine elect.
That's how it comes.
Verse
Read verse 8.
8. Isaiah 42, verse 8. I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another.
All right, that's something. I'll get back to it. Rahash, start at Ezekiel 20, verse 33.
Ezekiel 20, verse 33. As I live, said the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand, and the stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, will I rule over you.
So you know what the Mosai said? The Mosai said, no matter how wicked he is, but as he lives, said the Mosai. The Mosai said, with a mighty hand, and with what? Fury pour out, he will rule over us. So the Mosai said, he will rule us in what? Anger. Hostile. So Shamak is 40, verse 2. Isaiah 40, verse 2, quickly.
This is Isaiah 40, verse number 2.
Yes.
Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem.
What the Mosai said we must do?
Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem.
And tell them what?
And cry unto her,
Read.
that her welfare is accomplished.
The Mosai said, for him to rule over us in that way is what? Is finished. Read.
That her iniquity is pardoned.
The Mosai said pardon or what?
Iniquity.
Read on.
For she hath received of the Lord's hand double for all his sins.
What the Mosai, how the Mosai pay us?
Double.
So do you see that? The Mosai said, I'm going to give you laws that you will never keep. And when you break this law, guess what I'm paying you back? Double. So you see, a lot of things you will say, elder is not fair. But just imagine the Mosai. The Mosai said, you did this, your payment for me is double. When he came to the man last week, how many talents did he say he want back? He said, when I leave some, give you. When I come back, how do I want my pay? So do you see that? So continue read Rahash.
Ezekiel 20, verse 33. As I live, said the Lord God, surely with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out, will I rule over you.
So the Mosai said, no matter how rebellious we are, He's going to control us. Read.
34. And I will bring you out from the people, and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered.
So the Mosai said the children of Israel are scattered. So he said, I'm going to gather you from this country. So now we're talking about the elect being saved, right? Read on. Remember that 1/3. Read.
And will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered, with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm,
Read.
and with fury poured out.
Read on.
And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people.
So just like Moses lead us into a wilderness, the Mosai is saying, "When deliver us to bring us back where? into a next wilderness. Read on.
And there will I plead with you face to face,
Read on.
like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt.
So you see, it's two different things. So how did he deal with our father in the wilderness and Egypt? So how he might plead with us in this wilderness? Okay, read on.
Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt,
Read.
so will I plead with you, said the Lord God.
Read on.
And I will cause you to pass under the rod.
Under what?
Under the rod.
What a rod do? A rod is a cane, right? So the Most High is saying, when make us pass under that cane, right? Read on.
And I will cause you to pass under the rod. And I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
So how the Most High going to bring us into the bond of the covenant? Aisha, how will the Most High bring Israel in the bond of the covenant? Huh? We have to go under the rod, right?
Yes.
So he might force us to do it whether we want to do it or not. Read.
Verse 38. And I will purge out from among you the rebels.
The who?
The rebels.
Read.
And them that transgress against me.
Read.
I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn.
So just like I was saying with Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. You put Adam and Eve in the garden. Why didn't you remove the tree? So now the Most High is saying, coming in the countries to gather us. And it, just like the parable he said, when we go to teach, who we must bring back? The good and the bad. And with the good and the bad, he will make the bad go under the rod, meaning example for us not to do what they do. Do you understand me? So the Most High is saying, when gather was from all the country we scattered, bring us in the wilderness. And then he went purge from among us the rebels, the ones that willing to transgress. But before you take it further, Deacon, Shaman, Galatians 3:24, quickly. You can drop that. Galatians 3:24, quickly, Shaman.
Galatians chapter 3, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore the Lord was our schoolmaster.
What was the commandments?
Our schoolmaster.
So when he said the commandments was a schoolmaster, what that mean? Strict, as soon as you break when you get a cane, right?
Wow.
Do you see that? The more sin we commit, is the more, if we were still in the wilderness this day, you think we'd have 600 commandments? If we were still in the wilderness today, we'd have at least 20,000, 30,000 commandments going. As you walk out your door, you drop dead. So that's why Paul have to come now. What Paul said that?
That the law was our schoolmaster.
The law was what?
Our schoolmaster.
Read on.
To bring us unto Christ.
To bring us to where?
Unto Christ.
And what is Christ? No? What is Christ? What's in one word for Christ?
The end of the law.
Savior.
No? A better promise. Christ now is a better promise. Because if you sin now, who you go to pray to? Do you have to buy any animal? Do you have to shed any blood? So you see, the better promise. The law was set to bring us to a better promise. Because the Most High gave us law knowing we couldn't keep it. Read?
That we must be justified by faith.
So now we have faith that Yahweh Shai will forgive us of all our sin. Look at the one Passover. The Most High said if one don't do the Passover, what must he do? No? If one don't do the Passover, what's the judgment for that? You should be what? You can't be telling nobody Israelite. The Most High said if you don't celebrate Feast of Atonement, what should you be doing? What's the penalty for atonement? It's death and cut off, right?
Yeah.
But be honest, how many atonement have you broken in your lifestyle? And you have faith now to return back to Yahweh Shai. So do you see the better promise? So that's why the Most High tried us. And the Most High said, when put us under the rod for us to come back to the what? The covenant of the law. Explain, Deacon. Romans 2.
Sama, Shabbat Shalom, once again. Adam, I sound so you two more. Ezekiel chapter 20, verse number 25. Now, you can't be a call, verse number 33. It's a one in a yes, as sent today. verse number 25 ka kyerɛ one of them there yɛtu otua ɛwɔ verse number 13 na ahyɛde na mbɛ ɔda ma yɛn na yɛn nti verse number 25 kyerɛ if your woman ahyɛde bi a ɔmmɔ mi yɛ duro na onyekuru asɛn no kua nti ɔmo na yɛtwam kɔ verse number 33 yɛnti asɛm wɔ hɔ verse number 33 ɔse meti asi ewade yankopɔn ɔse ampara mede nsa a ɔyɛ dzen na abasa a wɔatene mu na mebu fuhyew a wɔehue ebu bibedi hundo in teho ɔse ebu fuhyew a wɔehue ebu na ɔde bedi ɛde he that means if you are ɔbɛyɛ hɛn so wɔsɔ ɔhene bi ne tiri yɛ dzen na sɛ obedi yɛn bi hina yɛhwɛ ne ankasa ne abrabɔ ɔbɛyɛ dɛm hɛn nti ɛhɔ na ya ɛhɔ na yɛrɛ kan na ɔmo yɛtwam ekeka bi wɔ Isaiah chapter 40 verse number 2 nti asɛm so ɔse hom kasa ɔse hom kasa akomotom kasa nkyerɛ Jerusalem ɛwura yi ɔmbɔ ma no biara o nyɛ Israelfoɔ na ɔka ho asɛm hom kasa akomotom kasa nkyerɛ Jerusalem na hom mpaa mu nkyerɛ no dɛ na akode abo ɔse na akode abo aba ade wɔde emumuye efiri ɔse na wɔde emumuye efiri enye Awurade nsɛm mbɔho wɔ wɔn bɔne nyinaa nti teo ehu ɔse wɔn kasa nkyɛn nyɛ Israelfo dɛ wɔde emumuye efiri ato ama nyɛ Israelfo wɔyɛ emumuye ayɛ nti ebu dɛ anapɛ yi yɛn sɛ bisa asɛm Nyankopɔn kɛdɛ ɔyɛ de ne yɛ ɛna nyade eyi ɛdɛ kɛdɛ ɔyɛ de ne yɛ ne Nyankopɔn abrɔ ɔbɔ Eden show no na ɔde idua a ɔse ma Adam na Eve wɔn san fɔn ɔde sim kɛdɛ ɔde sɛtiɛ trap dama na yɛ ɔrekɛ kyɛ de wɔde emumuye efiri wɔde ehyɛn sɛnti wɔyɛ emumuye a yɛyɛ ne ti wɔde emumuye efiri ade ehyɛn mo bɛyɛ a yɛde emumuye de kɔkɔ akotom yɛnkɔ verse Ezekiel 1 verse number 34 yɛnti asɛm wɔ hɔ Isaiah ni botwom Isaiah chapter 40 verse number 2 botwom na mebayi hu efi amanaama no mu na mabɔbɔ ho ano efi nkuro a mabɔ ho apete ho no mede nsa a ɔyɛ dzen na abasa a wɔatene mu na ebufuhyew a wɔwɔ egu na mede wɔn mebaba ama no wɔn saa no do na mebubu wɔn atan wɔ hɔ enyim ti enyim ɔno na ɔkyɛ dɛ ɔno memumuye a yɛyɛ ne nti ɔbɔ hɛn apete obi ase na n'afe ne nyinaa bi nya me na wɔyɛ wɔ yɛma asase wɔfɔ Ghana yi na ɔsɛ bibiri bɔ so ɔda abasa ɔyɛ dzen ɔbɔ twene ne nyinaa akɔ saa no do bio nefi watwe na akɔhɔ sila watwe na akɔhɔ so ampa do na so na sila emumie no yɛ mu bebree na afi onye bedi mpu na mpu onye di mpu na mpu a na na nyima dot bɛhɛ nti ɔyɛ asɛm a yɛ bɔl pɔ papa sɛ sɛ nyame ɔde emumie ade esi hɔ na ɔhwɛ dɛ nkami na wo ebi suo yɛ atwe mu fi ɔde so yɛ na ahwɛ eyi de mi ti Eda, ebaka kyerɛ wɔn de Shabbat Shalom ne da wa kyerɛ wɔn.
Shabbat Shalom. So everybody get what they can sing? All right. So get Romans 8 for me now.
Na Eda poto Sarakia.
You have more?
Yeah, mama foi ka kente. Yakob bi Galatians chapter 3 verse number 24. I want to asɛm a wɔn ni Galatians chapter 3 verse number 24. Yete asɛm a wɔ. Ɔse Deminti embrane yɛ hɛn kyerɛfo de teo deminti embrane yɛ hɛn kyerɛfo de hɛn ba Christ nkyɛn ɔtɛ Nyankopɔn mbɔ wa ɔda mehɛn ɔde yɛn ba yɛn agye nkwa ne nkyɛn na mmom do ɔda mehɛn ɔde yɛn ba yɛn agye nkwa ne nkyɛn na wɔnam gyidzi do ebu hɛn pim na ɔtɛ dɛm mbɔ na wɔde sin na emi na ɔyɛ atu yɛ Nyankopɔn de etua bɛsi sɛ wabɔ na apete ema yɛn akɛse yɛn baabi a yɛn fɛ ti mu bɔ ɔse dɛm mbɔ ɔkyɛn de bɛhɛn agye nkwa na ɔbɔ mehɛn ne nkyɛn na dɛm mbɔ wɔnam dɛm mbɔ no wɔde ebu hɛn pim ɛna obi sɛ bibi dɛ Christ na ɔne wɔna nti obi kyɛ na adwene ɛdɛ kyɛ de bi Christ no wa be de hina bade yen kwagefo sentire obede se mi na wo za obotu anemo bi obotu fa embra no ho a mi na wo yitintwe se e nanto do a ibe nyanko ko te ya ti me ka se nti bi se na ka shaba shara na ya maka de wa hweru
And
kan eda
right. The Romans 8 verse 1.
Romans 8 verse 1. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Yahushua, who walk not after the flesh,
So, real?
but after the Spirit.
So do you see the difference with the sons of God and the sons of the world is the spirit and the flesh. So what we're reading now is based upon who will be tempted. Because it's just like how the Most High looked and Satan and said, look at my servant Job. There's a conversation about even us as we speak. So we're going to see the difference between the flesh and the spirit. Because the Bible said, prepare your what? Your soul. So it's a difference from what the soul desire and what the body, the flesh desire. So which one you going to please? So as Paul says, no condemnation. Read verse 2, sir.
Verse 2. For the law of the Spirit of life in Yahushua had made me free from the law of sin and death.
So what that mean? To serve Yahushua make you free from what? From this law of sin and death. Because a sin that you die from today, Yahushua will forgive you for it. So you see what Shamak read in 40 verse 2, when the Most High say, oh, warfare is over. So the Most High letting us know today, I send my sons to give you life, even when you were supposed to die. Do you see what the Most High is showing you? Read.
Verse 3. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh.
So you see that? Meaning your flesh was weak through the what? The laws. Your flesh is weak. Even Yahushua was crying. Why? What was crying? Was it the spirit? No, the flesh never wanted to die. The flesh is not strong enough for the law and temptation. Just like you said, the remote put there and you want to watch TV. And you sitting looking at the remote and the remote right there looking at you. Everywhere you go in that room, you see that remote. Have you ever seen Caesar on the wall yet? Have you ever seen the picture of Caesar on the wall? Everywhere you go, Caesar looking at you. Huh? Have you ever seen a picture of like Caesar yet? Every look you look at it, it's looking right back at you. Right? Read on.
For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, Yahweh sending his own son
To do what?
in the likeness of sinful flesh,
To do what?
and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh.
Condemn what?
Sin in the
So
flesh.
that's why we die no more, brothers and sisters. Do you see what I'm saying? Read verse 13. Jump to verse 13.
Romans 8, verse 13. For if ye live after the flesh, ye shall
And
die.
you shall what?
Ye shall die.
If you live after the flesh, what shall you
Ye
do?
shall die.
Read.
But if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live.
You shall what?
Ye shall live.
So no, that's the whole transforming process. We have to transform from one entity to one next entity. So either it's carnal or it's righteous. Either it's man or it's God. So today now, we choose. Because if we stay on the man's side, guess what will happen to us? Temptation. If we stay, if we think like our man think, temptation. If we live like our man live, temptation. But just imagine, we roll in the spirit. That's why I always tell about the show, Matrix. Let me see if hands ever watch the movie Matrix. Nobody never watch a movie Matrix? It's 3 of them. Do you know the food that they feed in the Matrix? They manna. Because Matrix is some people, is a black man, Morpheus, his name is Morpheus. He said he's saving Zion. So he come on the earth and people who think likewise, he took them off the earth so he have a spaceship in the firmament where all of them live on. So they don't have chicken and stuff to eat. So they eat something that look like oatmeal, they call it manna. So he come in looking for this one person that he said can beat the machines. So he find a man on earth named Neo, which a black woman write the whole movie, you know, they still give a white woman. So the black woman sue, she get billions. You can Google it. But the food that they have on this spaceship above the firmament, they call the food manna. So every morning they wake up, they eat what? Manna. You understand me? So when now they train the guy who named Neo because they say he the one can beat the machines. So when they train him and he understand everything, he become a spirit. So you see, even if you shoot gunshot at him, he just catch it. He can play with them now. And when he catch a gunshot, he can just direct them back wherever he want to direct them. He could not die. So even when he was fighting them, he just go inside of them and tear them up from inside. Yes. Yes, they blind him, he see everything. And when you fire a shot at him, he just catch it. Nothing can pierce it. You understand me? Because now he's in the spiritual realm. So he don't see them like human no more. He see everybody like a shadow. And he know the difference between the bad and the evil. So when he transform in the spiritual realm, he show you everything. And he destroy all of them. Yeah, watch that movie. It came out 1998, the first part. I think they do it, but it's 3 or 4. I think they're about 4 now. But the first time I watched it in 1998, I said, what is this? And when they said they were eating manna, the food, they come and say, food is served. They say, what is it? Manna. They say, oh, we want to eat manna every day? They say, yeah. You understand me? So when they become the spiritual aspect of life now, they understand all things. So when you become the spirit of life, when you become in that aspect, guess what happens? Sin have no control over you. Because your body not walking fleshly now. You're walking spiritually. And that's how you're going to become sons of God in the spiritual realm, in the spiritual aspect. And that's what we find hard to attain. Right? Read verse 4. Right? Verse 4.
Romans 8, verse 4. That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh.
So you see that? So if you put your mind on fleshly stuff, just like Romans 1:28 tell you, the reprobated, the Most High might send you over there. But if you think in the flesh, that's you pleading to the Most High not to lead you into temptation. Read.
That the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit.
Read.
Verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
Look at that. If you after the flesh, you think about things that are where? But if you after the Spirit, where do you think about things? So as long as you after the flesh, brothers and sisters, you're going to be tempted night and day. You're going to hear the demons and whisper in the thought, whisper in the ears. That's why the Most High said, resist the devil, and the devil will what? Resist him. But if you once entertain him, read.
For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the Spirit, the things of the Spirit.
Read.
For to be carnally minded is death.
To be carnal minded is what?
Death.
It's no God. Is God a man or a woman? Where is God? I never see God. So if you here sitting every day thinking carnal minded, the Most High said the punishment for that is what?
Death.
Read.
For to be carnally minded is death, But to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
Do you see how one can get peace, I share? But as long as we have not attained certain spirituality, we will not accept this. The Most High doing a different thing this time. Just like we read in Ezekiel, he bring us out the wilderness and he said, I put my hands up that none of you was going to make it to the land. So ask me this, Deacon, what was the purpose? Because your complaint was, you hear they cry, Pharaoh was too hard on them. But you was even worse than Pharaoh, weren't you? Am I right or am I wrong? In that aspect. But what he said, I put the remote down, don't touch it. That was it. If I said don't watch TV, don't watch TV. And I'm going to put the remote right there. And when you touch it, when I come home, I'm going to light up your ass. Were they crying, Deacon? When they came there, were they crying? Uchiala pa. Uchiala pa. So Deacon give you all a commandment y'all could not resist. And I know Shamak was the main one. Was it so, Aisha? It was that way, right? He have like sticky finger. He could not resist. And then when his ass get tear up, he cry and he mad. Simple. It's simple. Follow the commandment, we have no problem. I don't think your father just wants to come home and beat everybody. But he put the remote down and said, don't touch it. And your sticky finger, disobedience, doing things after the flesh, you go touch it. Just like the Most High said, Adam and Eve, stay right here. This tree, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Nothing what this tree bear is good. What did Adam and Eve do? And then the Most High light their hands up and then you press them in down. The Most High say nothing going to live to see 1,000 years. You were supposed to live to see the millennium. Look at you now. Do you know when you read the book of Adam and Eve, right? It tell you when Eve commit the disobedience. Adam commit suicide 3 times. Say he don't want to Eve. And each time he kill himself, the Most High raise him. And I said, no, stick right to the problem. That's what the book, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But that's what the book of Adam and Eve said. Adam commit suicide 3 times. And each time he commit suicide, the Most High raised him and said, no, you're not, because Adam never worked a day in his life. Cute boy walking around in the garden, controlling everything. And then the Most High say, hey, if you leave something to eat, you better go plant it. Adam commit suicide, jump over a cliff. The Most High raised him right up. No, Eve, your wife is there, book. Yeah, the white man write a book like that, the book of Adam and Eve. Because the Most High said, don't touch it. So that's why when you read the book of Revelation, he said, that day, man shall seek death and shall not what? Because they might go and say, drop, fall on me. Because you see all the wrong what the white man do? When Christ coming, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to try to explore all his nuclear missiles. Yes. The Most High going to stop up. No, you're going to go through slavery. So man going to seek that and shall not find it. So it's the same way with us. Don't touch the remote. You understand me? So when Yahushua come on the scene now, do you see what we read in Matthew 25 today? Yahushua said, I was hungry, you feed me not. So Yahushua start to tell them, charitable work. So if we do the law, and when we do the law, we still don't have no charity, will we make it in the kingdom? No, that's not the fleshly thing. Done? He can go.
Okay. If Ezekiel 1, now you call Galatians chapter 3, verse number 24. Ma, you can some sword. If you know, Romans chapter 8, verse number 1. You say, as more was a deminti. Afi, a folk you more, ma, Mona, or Amashari was shy. Amashari was shy. Na Amashari was shy. In consumption, Brano. Ama Medimono, if you one in you in Brano acid. But what you say, when I hear class, my one now worth it. Then there, Yamisi or the number of my hand. Since I hear Kadamas me there. If you are in task, they may be saying on the app. No, other than Yamu, you let the margin ya. Obey. On I drink green, you share one. And also, or yet, or ye be man, BB. Into other number of the no one man, and brother. My yet, and even now yet soon be here. It is a yet soon be here. I feel big giant, who should be out them, or what the Martin Academy in general. Okay, that's it. Indeed, yeah, Canina, 6 any day, but do Roman chapter 8, verse number 1 and not there. Sisiara, a phobia being you home, my yana. Yanagin come by Viasi, or friend. I'm a share or shy Viasi in wild to Jesus Christ. Say now, yes, shall now when they announce to you them on an answer in that. Also, I fool behind it, you want my hand. Then talk about a fool you want my hand. Say today, your washer, honor or by your patati or the man. When you move out of what's saying, woman. I think you move out into what's saying, woman, or by your patati or by your foot, the man by G. Them in Guasin, you the same now you're down to them, Papa or can. United Corner, over Jesus Christ and all can. And a food beer in your den, on for my hand. Into all my yet as it said, you're called it equal, Hunaman on Kashi, the soon more than on Mount. In the same now you're saying I didn't come into my same man, and also you're trying Yanko into Mass and Numa. Not today, you're soon. Not a new name. Hunami no Bunatan. Hunami and our boss said, into us. I bring getting your book with Yamina some Yaku name. Into other man so share, no horse wedding or woman. Nemo said, Yakas, I been to you there. The banana to Yakupana, Pepper, them don't know that man, Pepper. Not a way of the Wabati, soon. When over the man, I fool be in when you want my hand. Yankas are your home train. Said there, when I'm not content, okay, one, okay, there are the good soon. When I'm not content, only in Abra into say soon be in Yaminasam. Into Yaminasam and the same now, yes, they are banana to prepare not a yakin with you, name you from when they mean up at the man. They will be at the Yaminasam or you soon. Only a DBI did good to Anamana. I mean, I'll show you home train. EDBT, if it really after Shabbat Jana, Eden or KBB, a certain maker Ezekiel, no see. Shade, Yami or the DBS war, okay, there, Mabu will not for me, it could the remote control TV, Nadia, yet they control and now the church TV no point. Or the air fish there. I am Moko baby and the remote control now. Now, see, remote control, move behind it and find some fun. Mamma, better, man, for some fun. I don't know sugar. It is a Oyada, Ibu Sue, Ibu Bopana. I don't phone such a fun. No more up and there. TV did you? No share did you? Do I corner my bed ever far? And person won't say so bad if being a sensitive upon our back. I didn't care about for some can. Into Munka there, I did so, and for mums from Funkin, turn on the whole. TV show me feel all the machine. It is a oh, of your channel when I'm up on that. It's a beginning of Chakuchia. A bed and bear said to a catch your mom better minded, mount for some fun. So slow, on slow, one on better, can't mind it, mount for some fun. It is a basic mobile far. I did get all catching the yen, on more dead, yea, the young Castle market. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. So now we get to St. John 12, verse 1. We have it?
Yes.
St. John 12, verse 1. Read.
St. John 12, verse 1. Then Yahweh 6 days before the Passover came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, which had been dead, whom he raised from the dead.
So you come back in the same city 6 days before the Passover, Where Lazarus was what? I should understand. Where's Isabella? Where's Mayana? Shaman, get them. Mayan son. Lazarus. Meaning of Lazarus.
Lazarus na se chere. Lazarus. Ese kia ye ti bia wa se chere.
Yahweh shall raise somebody from the dead. What the meaning of this person is?
Na ji yen.
Come forward. Sister Zamara, Lazarus. What the meaning of Lazarus? Sister Joanna? You was a good Christian. I know you know about the Lazarus. Y'all just don't like me asking a question, don't you? Sister Michaela. Where's your problem, Shama? These are all your problems. Who did Yahweh raise from the dead? Michaela. What the meaning of Lazarus? Sister Mayana, meaning of Lazarus. Keep standing. Meaning of Lazarus. Yahweh shall raise him from the dead. What does his name mean? What you think is Mayan said come for it?
Come forth and raise from the dead.
Read what you have again. Shammai. Romans 12, St. John 12 verse 1.
St. John 12 verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then Yahweh 6 days before the Passover came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, which had been dead, whom he raised from the dead.
Read.
Verse 2. There they made him a supper, and Martha served, but Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with him.
Read.
Then took Mary a pound of ointment and spikenard very costly, and anointed the feet of Yahweh.
So Mary anointed Yahweh's feet in the house of Lazarus. So we're thinking in Lazarus today. Because when I read further down, they tell you more people come to the Passover to see Lazarus than Yahweh. So Awar, what Lazarus means, eh? Alright, listen, Lazarus means Yahweh has help. God has help.
What?
God has help. Lazarus means the Most High has help. Sit. Get it St. John 11 verse 1.
St. John 11 verse 1. Now a certain man was sick, named Lazarus,
Read.
of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha.
Read.
It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair.
So do you see the Bible written? What take place? Aisha, explain quickly. You went to Bible school.
What you just read?
Explain what take place now, what we just read. You was telling Shamak to move the room.
Okay. You were trying to describe who Mary was.
No. Explain what we just read here. There is something happening right here.
Raj, please, can you
Read 11 and 1 again.
St. John 11 verse 1. Now a certain man was sick, named Lazarus, of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with an ointment.
Stop. There is something take place. What take place? Quickly.
You said that Mary anointed our shares feet.
Did anybody pick up what just happened there? Or what? That's not it. That's the same Mary, but what take place? Read verse 12, 2.
St. John 12 verse 2. There they made him a supper, and Martha served, but Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with him.
Read.
Then took Mary a pound of ointment and spikenard.
Stop. So we read what here? What book are we reading from?
John.
Everybody looking at me, are you thinking? What book are we reading from?
John.
John what?
First one, John 4. then
First John 12.
we come back to
Stop.
verse 11.
So go to St. John 11 verse 2 now.
St. John 11 verse 2. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment.
So what take place here?
So it's trying to link this Mary to
It
this.
show you the Bible is not in order.
This one is 12 is different.
Yes, the
Do
12
you
is
see that?
before the 11. Yes.
Because something what mean 12, it's explaining it in the verse 11. So the Bible is not in order. So that's why the Most High said, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. So if you just take your Bible and say, I'm reading St. John 12, you will miss the entire story. Because 12 taking place before 11 even written.
Yeah.
So it's not in order. Do everybody see that? So we're going to start, that's why I started at 12, and I said for you to understand it, go to 11. So read 11 verse 2 again.
St. John 11 verse 2. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair,
Read.
whose brother Lazarus was sick.
Read on.
Verse 3. Therefore his sisters sent unto him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick.
So Yahushua loved Lazarus too. So the sisters sent unto Yahushua and say, Yahushua, the one that you love, is what?
Is sick.
Is sick. Read.
When Yahushua heard that, he said, this sickness is not unto death.
Yahushua said he will not die. But you don't understand what he meant. Read.
When Yahushua heard that, he said, this sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of Yahweh, that the Son of Yahweh might be glorified thereby.
So nobody understand what the hell he meant there. Right? Read on.
Verse 5. Now Yahushua loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus.
Read.
When he had heard, therefore, that he was sick, he abode 2 days still in the same place where he was.
So they come and tell him in Elmina, in Cape Coast, that Lazarus was sick. So Yahushua abode when? He stays 2 days in Cape Coast. Watch the numbers. Right? Read on.
Verse 7. Then after that said he to his disciples, let us go into Judea again.
Read.
His disciples say unto him, Master, the Jews of late sought to stone thee,
Read.
and goest thou thither again?
So he said, listen man, they want to kill you. Why are you going to Accra? Right? Read on.
Verse 9. Yahushua answered, are there not 12 hours in the day?
How many hours in the day?
12.
How much hours they tell you in school in the day? So you don't have a night. Do you see that? Read on.
Yahushua answered, are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumble not, because he see the light of this world.
Read.
Verse 10. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbles, because there is no light in him.
So only way they would kill us on this trip if we're in darkness. So it's just like the body of the flesh. What are you in? Because Yahushua is that light in this world. So you must always be in this light. Right? Read on.
Verse 11. These things said he, and after that he said unto them, our friend Lazarus sleepeth, but I go, that I may awake him out of sleep.
Look at this. So even Yahushua know Lazarus was dead. How we know? Did somebody call him and tell him?
No.
Did he get a phone call? So you see when they tell Yahushua, when they sent to call Yahushua, that's the same day Lazarus died. So with that day, Yahushua tarried 2 more days. Because the spirit was not in his body. He could not heal in that same day. Do you see what taking place? Read on.
Verse 12. Then said his disciples, Lord, if he sleep, he shall do well.
Hey, make the person sleep. Shamak, why you're waking up every damn soul. If they sleep, they do well. Read on.
Verse 13. Howbeit Yahusha spoke of his death,
Read.
but they thought that he had spoken of taking of rest in sleep.
Read.
Then said Yahusha unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead.
Hey, stop it. Lazarus is dead. Because they were murmuring, why would Yahweh even wake a grown man? Indeed, every minute Shamak waking up every damn body in the church. So when they be arguing amongst themselves, Yahweh says he's dead. Read.
Verse 15. And I am glad for your sakes that I was not there,
Read.
to the intent ye may believe, for the intent ye may believe. Nevertheless, let us go unto him.
So Yahweh Shai say, I'm happy I wasn't here while he was sick. Because what am I going to do now? You will never believe it. Because if he was sick, I'd have healed him from sickness. Right? But what I'll do now, you'll never believe it. Read.
Verse 16. Then said Thomas, which is called Didymus.
What Thomas called?
Didymus.
Okay. Read on.
Then said Thomas, which is called Didymus,
Mm-hmm.
unto his fellow disciples.
And Thomas was telling the rest of the disciples, like an instigator, like Sister Mayana. Read.
Let us also go,
Read.
that we may die with him.
So you what Thomas said? Amy, Peter, John, James. Let us all go to Jerusalem. We all will go and drop dead with Lazarus. They're going to kill us all there. So you see, although he was behind Yahweh Shai, he was still in what? The fleshly minds. Peter ready to die, so he said. But Thomas definitely never ready. Read.
Verse 17. Then when Yahusha came, he found that he had lain in the grave 4 days already.
Mm-hmm.
Now Bethany was nigh unto Jerusalem, about 15 furlongs off.
Read.
And many of the Jews came to Martha and Mary to comfort them concerning their brother.
Read.
Then Martha, as soon as she heard that Yahusha was coming, went and met him.
Mm-hmm.
But Mary sat still in the house.
Look, black women have an attitude. Do you see this hour?
Yes.
Have a damn attitude. Because Yahweh Shai never come when you call him to come. Guess what? I'm not coming. Do you see that? Martha went, but Mary have a damn attitude. Here go the black woman. You never do what I want when I tell you to do it. So now I'm giving you the silent treatment.
What's the
Huh?
sign?
Yes, he's dead, now you're coming. When you're coming for? Just like you have a funeral here. You never show up while the person was buried, but as soon as the person buried, you show up. Who wants to see you?
They want people want to see.
Nobody wants to see your face, right? You never show up. Why you coming? Real?
Verse 21. Then said Martha unto Yahusha, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died.
So no, they said, why you never come? Didn't you say you love him? I thought we were cool. You're there healing everybody else. Why you never heal him? Right? Read on.
But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of Yahweh, Yahweh will give it thee.
Do you see this woman's faith? Do you see how strong this woman's faith is, Deacon? She said, even now, 4 days later, I know whatever you ask the Father for, what will Yahweh do? Read on.
Verse 23. Yahusha said unto her, thy brother shall rise again.
Read.
Martha said unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day.
Look at this. So do you see the people in the Bible know people was coming back? So why you don't know that? Even Martha said, we know Yahweh, we know Lazarus will be resurrected again. But when somebody dies bawling and why, that's why you better bury them properly. Because they're going to come back. Martha know it. Read.
Verse 25. Yahusha said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believe in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live.
And that goes for us too, brothers and sisters. Read on.
And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die.
Read.
Believest thou this?
That's a question. But the problem is, do you all believe this? Because I don't believe in that. If I dead, I shall rise. It might not be tomorrow, but I will rise again. Right? Read on.
Verse 27. She said unto him, Yea, Lord, I believe that thou art the the Christ, the Son of Yahweh, which should come into the world. Verse 28. And when she has so said, she went her way and called Mary her sister secretly, saying, The Master is come and calleth for thee.
So when did Yahushua call it for Mary? So you see, it's not everything is written in the Bible. Do you see that? So the conversation stopped and Yahushua said, go tell Mary to get her ass here. Real?
Verse 29. As soon as she heard that, she arose quickly and came unto him.
So what would Yahushua said make she was running to him? It was not a nice message, right?
Yeah.
It was not something a comfortable message. So when she heard, she shook in herself and she get up and she went to Yahushua what? Quickly. Real?
Now Yahushua was not yet come into the town, but was in the place where Martha met him.
Real?
The Jews that which were with her in the house and comforted her when they saw Mary, that she rose up hastily and went out, followed her, saying, She goeth unto the grave to weep there.
So she run. So when she run, the people in the house, they run behind her. So what message did Martha tell her that she was so quickly to go to Yahushua? Think about it. Real?
Verse 32. Then when Mary was come where Yahushua was, and saw him, she fell down at his feet,
Really?
saying unto him, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died.
Real?
When Yahushua therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping which came with her, he groaned in the spirit and was troubled,
Real?
and said, Where have you laid him?
Real?
They say unto him, Lord, come and see. Verse 35, Yahushua wept.
Real?
Then said the Jews, Behold, how he loved him.
Real?
And some of them said, Could not this man, which opened the eyes of the blind, have caused that even this man should not have died?
Real?
Verse 38. Yahushua therefore again groaning in himself.
Because the lack of faith. Because everybody's supposed to know when one dies is coming back. But all the people was acting, Yahushua was shocked. Right? Read on.
Yahushua therefore again groaning in himself, cometh to the grave. It was a cave.
It was what?
A cave.
It was what?
It was a cave.
What were we burying in them back then?
Cave.
Real?
It was a cave, and the stone lay upon it.
So you see, a door you can kick it off. Real?
Yahushua said, Take ye away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, said unto him, Lord, by this time he stinks, for he had been dead for days.
So do you see that? Who you ever know in Ghana buried 4 days apart from a Muslim? So that show you the same day he died, that's the same day they buried him.
Yeah.
Now Martha said it's 4 days now, he stink. So it's really what? 3 days and 3 nights. Do you understand this? Read on 40.
Verse 40, Yahushua said unto her, Said I not unto thee, that if thou would believe, thou shouldst see the glory of Yahweh. Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid. And Yahushua lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. Verse 42, And I knew that thou hearest me always, but because of the people which stand by, I said it, that they may believe that thou hast sent me.
Real?
And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth.
Real?
And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot with grave clothes, and his face was bound about with a napkin. Yahushua said unto
Listen,
them,
you have to turn that thing and go outside with her. Read 44 again.
verse 44, And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot with grave clothes,
Read on.
and his face was bound about with a napkin. Yahushua said unto them, Loose him and let him go.
Read.
Verse 45, Then many of the Jews which came to Mary, and had seen the things which Yahushua did believe on him.
Stop. So you see what take place here? So when the Christian church come and tell her the Jews betray Christ, many of our people believe in Christ. But what we have to do, brothers and sisters, we have to believe in the resurrection. Though we once was dead in this truth, right?
Yeah.
Now the word gave us life. So you have to think about eternal life. Don't think about death. Can you see what take place here with Lazarus? Can be the same thing with you. But the only thing it can happen that way, you have to do what they do here. If you bring somebody in the hospital, cut them up and keep them on the fridge for 20 days, 50 days, it will not happen. It will not happen. Ask yourself, 3 generations ago, how did they bury? How did their great-grandfather bury him? What fridge was behind?
No.
From the house to the grave.
Yeah.
I know they never keep him at the house for 2 months.
No.
So why are we doing it now? Even Martha said, don't move the stone, and grind this thing. Yahushua said, move it and come forth. And for the Jews act in this, many believe. So as I said this, brothers and sisters, once you die, the Bible teach everlasting life and hurt. And hurt. Because when Lazarus risen, where was he? Did he go into heaven and the spiritual realm? He was on earth. Do you see that? When Yahushua risen, didn't Yahushua even said, I don't go to the Father as yet? Where was Yahushua risen? But you believe when you're dead, you're there, you're going to keep them, you're going to sing. Mayana, what's your question?
I wanted to ask, when Yahushua Mary Magdalene was going there every day to spice it, or how come when they didn't do the same, she didn't do the same thing as possible, because 4 days he said, oh, he's thinking.
But she never went there every day to anoint Yahushua. Now remember, it was a Passover, so she have to go after the Passover. Y'all get that, can? Remember Yahushua died on the Passover? So she could not go there for the first 2 days. You understand me? So that's why when she go there, and you have to look at it in this aspect too. Lazarus was a what? What man was Lazarus? Rich or poor? He was a poor man. So Lazarus get a poor burial. What kind of burial Yahushua get? A royal burial. Didn't he get a royal burial? How many spices did they use and all that stuff? Remember Joseph came and buy his body? Just imagine, Yahushua said, I don't have money to pay tax. And he died and somebody come and pay for his body. Put him in fine linen, 100 furlong of spice, and put him in a royal cave. How many Romans was guarding the cave, Aisha? Remember when they said the stone moved, they fled? Shamak, how many Romans? This is your God. Who you gonna make somebody tell about your king? Yeah.
That's what they teach us.
So you see, so as I said,
How many wedding?
huh?
How many wedding?
The scripture said 4. Because even Josephus said it was 4. Because remember, Josephus came after. Josephus said the destruction of 70 AD. Right? So now the problem is here. Do you see? Many believe in Yahushua based upon this act right here. So that's why, brothers and sisters, regardless what your understanding is, what your belief is, Yahushua can heal you from it. You don't have to die. But everything is your beliefs. Because when Yahushua heard that Lazarus was sick, Yahushua kicked back and said, no, the Most High going to be glorified. So ask yourself this, why can't the Most High glorify you? Because the Bible tells us that death is destruction. The Most High going to cast it into hell, right? The Bible says when Yahushua come back, there will be no more death. Where there will not be no more death? Because Christianity gives you something that you only can have everlasting life in a place that no man ever go and come back. Whoever go and come back and tell you where it is. While Noah, Abraham lived to see 900 years, where? Where? On this earth. So that's why Yahushua said, He's the light. If you believe in Him, you shall never be in darkness. So the whole perspective of this day and this last part is belief. Yahushua is the way, He's the truth, and He's life. And that death, what y'all have man holding you down with, meet your fear, and you will overcome. Because man can be asleep and resurrect. But just imagine, just see how Yahushua do things. And when Yahushua was risen, everything worked after his time. It have to be 3 days. So Yahushua wait directly 3 days when Lazarus' spirit go back in the body. Never do it before, never do it after. But on that 3 days, Lazarus' spirit was where? In the body. Yahushua called him out. Who came out? Just like Yahushua, how many days he spent in the afterworld? 3 days and what? 3 days and what? And when did they say Yahushua died? Good Friday, right? And Rise Sunday, right? Do you see something wrong with Christianity? They say Good Friday and died Friday, right, Deacon?
Yeah.
Because when the Bible says Sabbath, they think it was a 7-day Sabbath.
Yeah.
It was a Passover.
Sabbath.
But they think it was a 7-day Sabbath. It's so Christianity stupid. And they said, Yahushua died Friday. And he spent 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the beast and raised Sunday morning. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 3 days, 3 nights. And that calculation they get Sunday.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can tell a Christian pastor. Because Sunday is what? Holy Sunday. Friday is Good Friday.
Yeah.
So Yahushua in the grave for 1 day. And they say risen Sunday. Do you see that? So leave Christianity alone. If you have families and friends, tell them to leave Christianity alone. Because that's what they're based upon. Because if the angel went to Mary when she was 6 months pregnant, their calendar, 6 months is June. Do you see what's taking place right there, Deacon? And they say on December 25th to be exact. By the Hebrew calendar, 6 months is September. And they say on December 25th to be exact. But when they read the history, the wise man find him 2 years later. When the wise man find him, he was almost 3-4 years old.
Look at this.
But our people, they celebrate Christmas and they bless. They might celebrate New Year's tomorrow and they think they're going to be blessed. But just watch the destruction of our people. This is it. That's why the Most High says, see the black woman weeping for Tammuz. This is it. This is why the high priest said we have no king but who? Caesar. This is it. So with that we say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Read.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh forth a far more exceeding external glory. So, the Most High sat here and realized that everything that you go through the wilderness and you go through a blindness and you're walking through it, you don't know no better, but you can tell somebody's heart right from rip if they're going to be a good person, if they're moral, they keep certain attitudes and things in them or not, whether they're blind or not. That never goes away.
Huh?
And that's what that makes us glorious. It's the simple fact that our people are able to withstand humiliation. Humiliation, a lot of people cannot take, but our people have to deal with humiliation on a regular basis, and he says that will make us stronger.
So that's why it said it's just for a time. This affliction is just for a time. What we go through is just a couple hours, maybe minutes. Can't? Make you understand? What is the largest bird species in the world? Well done. Who should get the next one? Who should get the next one? Quickly. Do you understand? What's the capital of France? Capital of France. Shamai. Point somebody who you think no. Who you think no? Sister Mayana. Sister Mayan. Stand. Capital of France. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awar. Capital of France, Awar. Beacon. Capital of France. Well done, Beacon. You should get the next one, Beacon. Awar?
Yeah.
Awar. Which year did World War II end?
Yes.
5, 4, huh? Who should get the next question, Awar? Mayan, what year did World War II end? 1934. 1834. Mikeda, what year World War II end? Stand up quickly. Isabella, keep quiet.
Go by there.
Mayana, World War II. I asked this last week. Mayana, World War II, what year it end? Aisha Yar, World War II, what year it end? Well done, 1945.
19.
I said 52.
Zamar, close the book. What's wrong with you? Put it up. I asked this question last week. Zamar, stand for me. Who wrote the book, Romeo and Juliet? Who wrote the book, Romeo and Juliet?
Shakespeare.
No.
What is first name? Shakespeare is the last name. What's the first name?
It's Shakespeare.
5,
Elvis.
4, 3, 2, 1. Award. William Shakespeare. Well done, Award. What's the significance with William Shakespeare? He did something significant in the world. What was it? He helped write the Bible. Well done. Mayan, which country produced the most coffee in the world? No.
Produce coffee.
Shamak, this country produced the most coffee in the world.
I want coffee.
Vietnam, Colombia, America, Jamaica, Brazil. I give you clues. Brazil. Says.
Elder, the Mexicans to produce cocoa and coffee.
Which Mexican? They don't produce the most. Which continent is the largest by size? Makeda. It's Africa, but they say it's Asia, so I'm giving it to you. But
Yes,
it's
because
Africa.
it's wrong.
Yes, Africa. Sit. Shaman. I remember when I met you, say you want to do IT.
No.
So I saved this specifically for you. I remember everything, right? Okay. Who invented the World Wide Web? Who invented the World Wide Web? Okay. Sister Joanna, what is the currency of Japan? Ghana spends CD, what Japanese money? Shaman. Aisha Yar. Yen, well done.
Hey,
Aisha.
I said it. Yen.
Okay.
Zaman. Which planet is closest to the sun? Hmm?
Which?
Planet is the closest to the sun.
Mercury.
Well done.
Scientists.
Mercury. Shaman, which city is known as the eternal city? They said this city will never sleep or die. It's eternal. New York, Paris, Athens, Bethlehem, Rome.
You added some, take the ones you added and let's see the real thing.
This city is known as the eternal city.
New York to Conte Jungle.
It was stated by Caesar Augustus. Caesar said this city is eternal.
Rome.
Okay.
That's why the Most High said, she said she's a queen, she's sick forever. Now remember we discussed Roman last week? That Catholic means universal. So Rome is still universal, right? Sister Joanna, what country do you find Kilimanjaro? Michaela, what country you find Kilimanjaro? Hey. You play with the beer? What country you find Kilimanjaro? Shaman.
Where you went to like?
I don't know. I went many places.
No, I forgot.
Alright. Zaman, what country you find the Mount Kilimanjaro?
Kenya.
Kenya.
What is Kenya?
Your head look like Kenya.
They share it.
They put it in one border.
Okay.
Awar. Well done, sir.
Elder, oh, why didn't you let me answer?
You see, when you get to Kenya and the airport, you see it's as right as Kenya airport.
Which country is the largest in Africa?
Algeria.
No,
Algeria, well done.
Nigeria.
Alright, let's close out.
Yeah.
When you're